maybe at the end of next week or the beginning of the following week, I am going to have to probably move these into pots, and then I have no idea where I'm putting everything. I should probably start some corn so that the chickens have something to snack on, but welcome back to my grow room and garden season. It feels like it's actually starting now. If you're new here, I'm Catherine, the Aerogarden homesteader, and these are my tomato plants. These are the ones that are in the pots. I've had some of the true leaves have started coming in. I still have some. I'm going to have to be careful of these ones because the seed coat stayed on, and sometimes it will cause problems. Although I think one of these other ones had, oh here it is, it didn't pop off either. So just got to pay attention to that. Sometimes you can put a drip of water on it and it will soften the seed coat. I'll give them a bit of a chance and then I'll see what I can do. Now, because I didn't use boiling water in my soil mix, I do have some fungus gnats that came in. It does happen. If you can use boiling water, do try to do that. So these are all of the seeds that have come up so far. I have a few that are still, this one's still empty. I think some of these blocks are still empty. The soil blocks looked like they were slightly slower to come up than the pots, and I think some of that had to do with from the pots I can bottom water and I can put in quite a bit of water to make sure everything is well watered, but here I have to sit here and kind of mist it and make sure I don't make my blocks fall apart, and the blocks do seem to dry out a little faster, so I do have to stay on top of that. These look really good over here. They're, they all look about the same in the pots with some true leaves. Over here in the Aerogardens, I think they also got a slightly slower start, even though they were all started at the same time. Oh. So I don't know if there's anything going on with that. Everything has kind of been fed. I've been giving them like half-strength feeds. So down here I've got some pretty good, got a couple that didn't do, but they're doing okay. They're still, I guess they're still coming up, so I'm not too concerned yet, but at some point I am going to get concerned because I got to put all these in pots and I still don't have space. I managed to clear off another set of one shelf, but that's not going to be enough space. So, okay, well I will show you how all of the upstairs stuff is doing. So this is how the pepper plants are doing. I did give these ones a half feed, and I know I said I gave the Aerogardens downstairs a half feed. I had not given them a half feed, so I went ahead and did that right away because I did remember not giving it to them because I was waiting for the seedlings to come up. They are up, so they did get a half feed. These ones have been up for a little bit, so they also got a half feed. I do wonder if they're not quite getting enough because this one's got a little bit of yellowing in the leaves, but the other ones look fine. So maybe next feed I should give them closer to a full feed. I just don't want to give them too much. They are little seedlings here, and I don't want to burn them out or anything, but they are getting bigger. I see like a second set of true leaves, so I think they might be ready to get a full feed. Some of the ones that I put in last week have started popping up, so I've got a few more than what I had last time. And then over here, I don't know what this orange stuff is, but it's kind of nasty. I think I need to actually print some covers to go over the seed starting trays so that they block out some of the light. Just have like a little pinhole light for the plant to start with, but not enough to cause whatever this orange cruddy stuff is. It's pretty gross. And then another thing that I forgot to mention was the cotton balls. They only go down like an inch and a half maybe. I do fluff them a little bit, but I didn't shove them all the way down. So it is necessary to overfill the reservoir. So I've got this actually pretty full. Needs a bit more water, but it needs to be full enough at first so that the cotton balls get wet, but not so full that it obviously overflows. Once they start putting out roots and things, it's fine to let the water go back down to a normal level. But at first, just with the seed starting one, because the other trays, those ones, the water is piped up to the tray and then it trickles down and the cotton balls get wet. Over here, that's not the case. It just has the pump circulating the water and just keeping it moving. So that's just something to be aware of if you want to try to do the same thing with the cotton balls, although this orange stuff is really gross. I think maybe not next week. I will see how big they get, but I think maybe at the end of next week or the beginning of the following week, I am going to have to probably move these into pots, and then I have no idea where I'm putting everything. Then the celery is getting bigger. Celery is doing really well. I still need to go through. I do pick a few of them every once in a while. I learned recently you shouldn't give celery to chickens, and then I learned why. It's actually because of the string. So I have been giving them the celery, and I just dice up the stalks really fine so that I don't have to worry about them, you know, choking on strings or anything like that. The leaves are fine, but you know, it's just that stringy part at the bottom. So I do need to go through and probably figure out which ones, like this one can definitely get picked. There's a few others. This one's kind of hollow. There's a difference when you squeeze the hollow ones, they squeeze very easily, but when you squeeze the other ones, there's a lot more resistance to it. So this one's like a half in between. This one's got a really firm resistance to it, and this one's just super squishy. So there is that. But they're doing really well. I think these were the ones when I gave them the Aerogarden nutrients. And if I look down in, they look like the new ones are doing a lot better. So yeah, I don't know what's in the Aerogarden nutrients that they don't like, but they really don't like it. So I think I'm going to have to put the light up soon, but these have been doing really well. They are water hogs. I have to keep on top of this water, like really on top of it. They just guzzle through it. And finally, I don't know if you're interested in my poor sad cilantro. It's just every week it gets sadder and sadder. Got some back here that looks pretty good, but I think it's probably because it's pushing out like to bolt. So yeah, I probably just need to take this apart, clean it up, and start over again. The microgreens are doing really well. I have been harvesting them. They have gotten quite tall. I totally forgot to put some in my salad yesterday. There is a little bit of, so I don't know if you can see, there is a little bit of like, they do get close enough and tall enough that there's a little bit of like molding that goes on. Not really molding, but it's like the leaves sort of get slimy. I don't know if you can see that there. It's kind of like a slimy leaf. But so I probably just need to go through. I'm going to have a salad again today, so I'll just probably go through and try to take out everything in here. I should probably start some corn so that the chickens have something to snack on. But yeah, this is the plant update. My garlic outside is actually looking really good. The weather has been starting to do that, you know, up and down thing, but it's been getting warm enough during the day that they have started to grow, and they look really nice. So I hope you found this video useful. I hope you are growing something this year, even if it's just a little pot of herbs on your windowsill. I hope you are joining along with me. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will have some videos up at the end that you might enjoy, and I will see you next time on the Aerogarden Homestead.